We are finally back with Grow a Garden, and in this video, I'm going to be attempting to get every single mutation on the ACORN scene. And I know it's been like over a week since I've made one of these videos. My sleep schedule was really bad last week, so I just was too tired to record, honestly. And then I wanted to try the new Plants vs. Brainrots game, so I did a video on that. And honestly, it's okay, but I really like Grow a Garden better so far. So I'll probably be doing some more Grow a Garden videos again, but I'll probably be mixing some Plants vs. Brainrots in, and hopefully that game will get a little bit more entertaining over time. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead though and try to get every single mutation on this new ACORN. I know people were asking me about it and they're like, Bandites, come back to the ACORN. And so I'm here, okay? It was in the plans, it was in the works, but I needed some time, okay? But we're gonna do it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into this. Let's go ahead and place this acorn here. Let's go ahead and get some sugar apple trees planted. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we already have some sugar apple trees over there. And we also did AFK the other night, so we did get Dawnbound, and we did get Sizzled and Tempestuous, and a couple of our mutations done, which means we won't have to use certain pets, and we do have Dawnbound, and we don't have to use our pterodactyls, and yeah, so we also don't have to use our jackalopes as well because we have ceramic. So that should help and speed us up a little bit today. So there we go. We have those sugar apples growing, but right before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my mandrakes here. We're gonna go ahead and place a quick advanced sprinkler, and we're gonna place some mandrake seeds. Now it looks like the pets might still be bugged with how they look, but I'm hoping, I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet, honestly, but I'm really hoping that the apple gazelle works because that was a big bug. I did report that to Brighter, and apparently they said they're working on it, so hopefully that's in. But we're gonna go ahead and, okay, these guys are already boosted, so we should be fine. Let's go ahead and pick these up and try to get the rot mutation done real quick. Give me some rot. Give me some rot. There we go. It's spread to a sugar apple over there, which is probably the only one right there that is grown. So there we go. Rot is done. We're also going to need to buy some more advanced sprinklers. Yeah, I'm literally out of like every sprinkler. I'm going to go ahead and gift myself some on my main account real quick. Also, I'm going to need to gift myself some more toys because let me see how many I'm at. I'm at literally no toys either. So let me go ahead and gift myself some stuff real quick. All right, so that's done. We can go ahead and pick up these mandrakes here, and let's go ahead and get our apple gazelle out. And with that, I'm going to hope that this actually works now. I'm going to bring my main account over here to hit the grow all button so we get all those sugar apples to grow in, and our acorn will grow in, and then we can actually get that big in a second with our sprinklers. What the heck is happening, bro? Why is my apple gazelle going to heaven, bro? All right, hopefully you work. You should work, right? You're gonna give me the that nice warp mutation, right? All right, we can pick these up. Bro, I just picked up the rot sugar apple. I thought it was gonna be okay. Well, I'll get a new one in a second. Hold on. Okay, it works. We got a warped sugar apple, but now I literally need to do the mandrakes again, but that's not really not a big deal. Let me go and pick up these sugar apples real quick. All right, Apple Gazelle, thank you for actually working today. I'm gonna go ahead and pick you up, buddy, and let's go ahead and get these mandrakes back in here because I'm stupid and dumb, and we all know this. We all know this. No, I don't want you, the one that screams. You're nasty. Let's go ahead and place these back down. Give me rot again, please. I made a mistake. Okay, there we go. Back to a sugar apple. We're good. Pretty easy, and let's not touch whatever sugar apple that's on or the warped one over there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and actually get started now. Let's go and pick up all these guys, and we're going to go ahead and clear these acorns off the acorn tree because those are puny and nasty. And let's go ahead and get our mooncats in here real quick and our triceratops to speed up some growth, and then we'll go ahead and get our sprinklers down. So let's go ahead and put down a Grandmaster sprinkler, Master, Godly, Advanced, and Basic, and there we go. That should hopefully give us some big acorns along with our mooncats. We're gonna go ahead and move this around to our mooncats. I don't know what's going on with the pets, by the way. This is terrifying. That doesn't look like the mooncat, bro. That's literally a blob with eyes, and it looks scary, and I'm terrified right now. All right, we got some of them sleeping. We got a pile of like 3 right here, although I'm not gonna be able to. Oh wait, this one will be better over here. All right, let me drop this. I can't drop it in there. I'm gonna have to do over here. There's too many sugar apples. Throw that right back in the sprinklers, and we're gonna get this acorn to be big. It looks like we already got a big one growing in right here. Also, I'm excited because we do have this new chinchilla pet right here, and we have 3 of them, which this guy can actually apply one of your pet's abilities 3 times over. Now, I think the cooldown is like 20 minutes or something, but this is nice for when we AFK, especially the Spinos, because then we can get these Spinos to pretty much get everything moved over really quick, because this guy will mimic the Spino and do it like 3 times. Or I think he boosts the pets, your pets, to do their ability 3 times or something like that. Either way, though, like a Spino doing that 3 times, that'll be like the max Spinos will move 7 mutations over those 3 times. So we could literally get the Spinos to move everything over within probably 30 minutes now. That's going to save so much time. I'm excited about that. Also, for some of our pets that are a pain in the butt to get their mutations done, that's also going to help a lot with that. What I'm going to go ahead and do while I wait for a big acorn to grow in, I'm going to go ahead and head back over here on this guy in my main account and gift myself some more medium toys because we need a lot of toys in these videos. So I think we are good on the toys. I went ahead and gift myself a bunch of them. The acorns seem to be decent size. Like we have this pretty big one here, this one. I don't know how big those are actually going to turn out. So I don't know if I want to risk actually hitting grow all yet. I'd like if our triceratops would hit this so we can actually see some growth on this tree. I do have an echo frog we could try to use as well to help instead of this guy, but the echo frog takes a little bit longer, but he also will only target like one plant at a time, and usually he's like a sugar apple. So, I mean, I guess I could still try it, but yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hit grow all. Let's see what we get, because sometimes it still grows in some really big ones. So let's just go for it and see what we get here. Oh, that's a pretty big acorn. And the good thing is, it looks like our big one here actually already got rainbow. It's the biggest one. Is that the biggest one, or is this stem right here? This stem right here, I think, is bigger. I can't really tell because there's so many. Or is this the same? Hello? I don't even know. All right, I think these are the two biggest. Let's go ahead and pick up the... Wait, this one's rainbow too. So this one's rainbow and wet. And then if I favorite this one and then unfavorite this one, that one's just regular. But this is our biggest one. Obviously, you can see it's like in the ground and the stud count is insane on it. So we do have two rainbow ones, which is really good. I think what I can do is use the sugar glider today to actually duplicate that. And we can wait for the sugar glider with the chinchillas to just duplicate rainbow to a bunch of fruits. And I think we'll be good. So I think I'll pick up this first rainbow one here, and then I'll keep these two favorited, but we're going to focus on the mutations on this one, and then we're going to get a sugar glider to eventually just try and copy the mutations on this and move it over here. We'll do that probably at the very end, or maybe we should do it now. Do I have the sugar gliders on this account already? I think I do. I think they're on my main account. I might have to move them over. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I have one. Can I trade this? Do I have inventory space? The problem I'm having is that acorn is so big that it's just taking up the whole map, and I can't give this to myself. Bro, even over here, the acorn still reaches. I can't do anything. I can still collect it from back here on my main account. This is actually insane. Well, because I can't even trade that to myself. That's a problem. I mean, I guess I can switch the save slot real quick. Bro, it's that big. It's actually probably the biggest acorn I've ever seen in my... Like, this is gonna be the biggest one ever made. That's crazy. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and pick up all these pets here real quick. I need to actually switch save slots because I have so many. I mean, this acorn is so big that I can't do anything. So let me just load this empty plot real quick so I can actually gift myself. All right, for some reason I worked through that, but I couldn't gift it because of the max. I don't know. That's really weird, but there we go. We should have a sugar glider in here now. There he is. All right, so what is the time on this guy? 3 mutated fruits, copies 1 mutation from each fruit and applies it to the next fruit, ignores favorited fruit. All right, it copies 1 mutation. So people were saying my other video where I didn't have rainbow that he'll copy rainbow. So let me just do some research real quick and make sure that's right before I do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get rainbow. So give me 1 second here. All right, never mind. I literally just wasted my time doing that. I kind of figured I might have been, but a lot of people were saying, oh, Bandites, just use the sugar glider. You can copy rainbow. But you know what? That's not true. Huh? That's not true, guys. I just read the wiki. It's not true. You can't use anything to move rainbow over. So we're gonna have to just start by getting rainbow done. So just give me a second here. All right, there's my big old acorn. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to pick up this one that's rainbow. But look at this thing, bro. Like, this is gonna be so much money already, but it has no mutations on it. So let's go ahead and get started with getting some, since we kind of wasted some time there. So let's go ahead and put pollinated on this. We have a bunch of cloud touch sprays on that account. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Throw a chocolate on it. We'll go ahead and get our honey glaze sprinkler here. All right, so that makes for, that's only 4 mutations. That's crazy. All right, let me use my other account then for another spray. I'll go ahead and just throw a windstruck on there. We now have 5 mutations that can be converted to rainbow, which is perfect. So, and then everything over here that has more mutations is favorited. Also, my kitsune is already coming over here to apply chakra to something. So there we go. We have chakra on a sugar apple, which will get moved over with some spinos. So anyways, acorn's good. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in our butterfly now, and we're gonna go ahead and spawn in a queen bee to assist the butterfly to cool it down and then convert all that to rainbow. And then we're gonna start working on some other mutations in the meantime. So I'm gonna move my main account over there, and let's go ahead and do some stuff here. So I have a couple shocked fruits, but they're all favorited in there, so that's good. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is grow a couple of carrots, and we're gonna get some of the guaranteed pets done. So let's go ahead and spawn in our lemon lion. Here we go. Let's go ahead and spawn in our pterodactyl. We'll spawn in our corrupt kitsune to get corrupt chakra or foxfire corrupt chakra. We'll spawn in our swan. I want to real quick get our Raiju static done, so we'll go ahead and spawn in the Raiju, and real quick we'll apply the shock spray to a carrot. Actually, did I run out of shock sprays? Hold on. No way, I ran out of shock sprays, bro. Before the Raiju then, unfortunately, we have to swap it up a little bit. So I'm gonna actually pick up the Raiju because you can't buy the shock sprays anymore. So we're gonna have to use a firefly, which is a little different. different, but you can't buy the sprays and I ran out. So I'm gonna use this giant firefly that I have. And in 3 minutes here, this guy should help us get the shock mutation. We can actually go ahead and boost him with the toy. It's a 20% chance, but that's good enough, and it's pretty quick. So we'll wait to get shocked on something and have the Ryzen eat that, and then I guess we can go ahead and spawn in. What should we do next, actually? Because we have still a lot of pets to do, huh? We don't need to do the jackalope. I guess I'll go ahead and do the golden goose. We already have Sandy and ceramic from AFKing, so golden goose it is to get fortune done. And then once these guys are done, we can go ahead and spawn in the cockatrice, phoenix, and just move through all those. All right, so even with a boosted firefly, this guy still didn't give us shock, bro. He has 24% chance, but hopefully we'll get shocked twice from him soon. But anyways, our spawn's gonna go ahead and give us graceful now. So we got graceful on a carrot, we got brain rot on a sugar apple, so the swan is good, and also the lemon lion is good, so those guys can get out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this carrot over here into this pile of giant sugar apples that I can't see somewhere in here. I guess I'll just put it down, bro. Why can't I place it? All right, hold on a minute. Just move some of these big old sugar apples out of the way. There we go. Thank you. He's in the pile. So those two pets are done. Pterodactyl is almost done, but I need to reboost him because the boost system is booty. I also need to reboost my firefly. But anyways, in the meantime, we're going to spawn in our phoenix here and our cockatrice to get toxic and flaming from the phoenix to get those guys out of the way. So yeah, we have a couple more minutes to wait for all these guys, but pterodactyl should be next. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hotbar here ready for some more of the guaranteed pets. And then in the meantime, our queen bee still has about 12 minutes, but I'll boost the queen bee once it gets a little bit lower so it can cool down our butterfly, since the butterfly still has the longest cooldown. We also need to get our peach wasp in here, but I'm going to do that later after this is rainbow, because otherwise the queen bee will just cool down the peach wasp instantly, and that'll be no good for us, because then, I mean, it will be, you know, we'll get plasma done, but then we'll have to wait even longer for the butterfly. But you know, I'm gonna go and boost this firefly. Hopefully can we get shocked, at least one shock this time, please. Okay, perfect. We got shocked on a sugar apple, which means we can go ahead and get our Raichu back in here. Yeah, it's back there. All right, but I still gotta wait a minute anyways, because we need one of our other pets to get done with their cooldowns. Oh wait, no, we don't need to get shocked again, bro. I keep thinking we need to get shocked again. I already have it on a carrot from AFKing over there in the stack. So the firefly's actually done, and we can go ahead and get our Raichu in here to eat that shocked sugar apple over there, and then that will apply static to the other sugar apples or something. Something will get static on it, okay? I also don't know if this chipmunk update added any new mutations. I didn't really see anything new. All the pets don't really do anything new for mutations. There's only the one pet that makes your other pets work harder. Sorry, I'm yawning. So eepy. Just so eepy. Stop. But yeah, I didn't really see any new mutations, but I will double check while I'm like doing the AFK stuff, so I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, I can boost this golden goose now. Thanks, buddy. 3 minutes left for that guy. Raichu will need to get boosted. Anyone else? Oh, I can reboost the pterodactyl, get him done. Can we get tempestuous, please? Ah, thank you. We got a tempestuous carrot. I will go ahead and put this over here. Even if we didn't get tempestuous, I guess we did have twisted over here on some carrots from that tornado. So we could have just mixed it with windstruck. I think we have windstruck somewhere as well. But what am I doing, bro? I am stupid, I believe, because I think I already had tempestuous this whole time in the pile. I think I had tempestuous in the pile. I don't know why. Bro, I don't know why. I don't know why I do this to myself, dude. Also, I don't know if this acorn is going to be bigger. This looks pretty big here. I will take a look and see if that gets any bigger. But I don't know why I do that to myself, because I'm stupid, that's why. But I didn't need to have my pterodactyl out. I literally said that earlier, and I still brought my pterodactyl out. I'm not thinking, I'm tired, okay? This is why I took like a week break, because my brain doesn't work, and it still doesn't work, all right? I'm sorry, I'm old and tired and stupid. I did not need to use my pterodactyl, but it was good seeing him out and doing stuff anyways. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in this rainbow Mizuchi now to get the Azure mutation. Since he has a pretty quick cooldown, we can get that done pretty fast, I'm sure. All right, cool. And then I think we can actually boost our queen bee. Bro, why did I click that? But I'm telling you guys, this is literally why I took a break. I'm so tired in my brain. I can't function correctly. I'm so stupid. No! I just picked up the queen bee. I was trying to click boost. Why I'm like, here, this is my brain right now. My brain says, oh, the red button, not the green one, the red one. I'm stupid. You know, I don't even care, bro. Queen bee's out of the way. Butterfly, we'll boost him. We'll just boost it. We're getting all the other mutations done at least. It's not a big deal. We have an extra slot now since I'm stupid and dumb, so we might as well go ahead and throw that peach wasp in there to get plasma done. Hopefully my editor will make me look like a pro player today, because I definitely don't look like one. I look like an old man. Oh, I didn't even know my Phoenix was going, but hey, look at that. We just got flaming on a bunch of stuff. And my golden egg is here from Golden Goose. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Golden Goose. Thank you. And thank you, Phoenix, for the flaming mutation. Real quick, I'm going to hit the grow all button again. I'm going to see if that new acorn that's growing in is any bigger than the one I already have, because it looks like it's going to be a pretty big one. So, okay, no, that's nowhere near as big. I was kind of thinking maybe it was worth a shot just before I did anything else. But no, this guy's kind of weak. Not gonna lie. He is kind of weak. I didn't have to pick him up yet. Honey Glaze could have just had that moved over, but now I got to use another sprinkler because you know what? You know what? I'm dumb. Anyways, we got Toxic on 2 sugar apples and a carrot. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up the carrot since it's on the sugar apples. We have Honey Glaze over there, so that's good. And let's go ahead and pick up that Cockatrice. Let's boost the Raiju to get that done out of the way so we get Static, and boost the Corrupt Kitsune so we can get Corrupt Chakra or Foxfire Corrupt Chakra done. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my first Kappa here. Actually, I'll spawn in 2 Kappas so we can try to get Bloodlet done fast. We have a bunch of wet stuff already. That's good. We do have 1 extra spot, so I'll go ahead and throw the Spriggan in as well. What's going on in our cooldowns here? Let's boost the Mizuchi again. Please give us the Azor mutation. Get that out of the way for us, please. Failed? Okay, or don't. All right, but the Raiju, he's got a plan. He's the man with the plan. He's gonna go over there and eat that sugar apple up there that's shocked. There we go. He's applying static, and we got it on some more sugar apples and some carrots. I'll go and pick up the carrots since it's on the apples. And there we go. Static is done, so we can get Maelstrom or Storm Charge now from that. I will go ahead and pick him up. We also have to get our Grizzly Bears done, so I'm gonna go ahead and spawn one of these guys in, and I'll spawn another one just so we can get Fall out of the way once our Corrupt Kitsune's done. And then we'll focus on Disco Bees and Chicken Zombies for that. All right. Corrupt Chakra or Foxfire. Let's see. Any? Okay, we got it on a carrot. We got it on literally 1 carrot. That was weak. You were weak today, man. I'm weak too. I can't think of anything. I'm like a grandpa right now. All right, can I please? There we go. Put that right there. We're good. Let's go ahead and pick up this Corrupt Kitsune, get him out of the way. We have an extra slot, throw in another Grizzly Bear in the mix. And then I think after that, all we need to do is our Disco Bees and our Chicken Zombies. Oh, I forgot about the Badger, bro. We got to get Crack done too. All right, hopefully Mizuchi is done here, and then Butterfly will give us Rainbow so we can get our Badger in the mix. And I guess we can get a Gnome in there too. And failed with the Mizuchi, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, Butterfly, please tell me I didn't forget to favorite something. All right, good. He's going right for this, the Acorn. And now our Acorn, look at how big that thing is, by the way. That thing is officially Rainbow. So we can go ahead and pick up the Butterfly. We can go ahead and favorite this Acorn so we don't touch it. And we're good. So now we have to carefully unfavorite these. So our Spinals will be ready for them shortly. And we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and get some sprays reapplied to that. We don't need to do Honey Glaze, but we can go ahead and get Pollinated reapplied to that and Chocolate. We can save the Honey Glaze. And then, bro, are you good? Why are you yelling at me? Oh, that reminds me. I should probably boost my other one. Fall mutation, please. Please. Failed. All right, cool. That's awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna apply the. Bro, they applied wet again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But we did just get blood fruit on something, so I'll check that out. But anyways, let me see. So Luminous is applied. We're good with that. Let's go ahead and apply Glimmering. Let's go ahead and apply Cloud Touch, and I think that's literally all I have left on my main account. We'll get Verdant and all that done from my pets. So there we go. We at least have 6 mutations applied. We'll get everything else moved over shortly. But we did get a Bloodlit carrot, it looks like, right here. So we can go ahead and pick this up and move it over here into the mix. Kappas are done. They have Bloodlit done. We can get those guys out of the way, spawn in a Gnome, and then we can spawn in our first 2 Disco Bees to try to get Disco out of the way. And then after that, we'll go for the Zombified mutation, then we'll be good for AFKing. Oh, we just got Fall applied to a carrot. I was looking at my other stuff. All right, so here's this wet Fall carrot. Thank you, Grizzly Bears, for your service. All right, so Fall is done. We go ahead and pick up these Grizzlies now. We have 2 extra slots. Let's go ahead and throw another Disco Bee in here and throw in the Gnome again. I want to try to get Gnome done if we can early. So we have a pretty good setup here. Sorry, I just like slammed my microphone. But we have a pretty good setup here. Actually, you know what? Before I start picking up all these carrots, I'm gonna wait to get a cracked one because that way this is gonna get spammed all over the place. So get all the extra cracked and wet mutations moved out of the way. Bro, this Mizuchi just keeps failing. Is he okay? Everything okay at home? All right, so our Peach Wasp is about to give us Plasma. Our Spriggan should most likely give us Bloom. Like, we usually don't miss it with this many carrots. And then our Disco Bees maybe will give us Disco, and our Gnome will give us Gnome. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. So Peach Wasp is definitely going to go give us Plasma on something. We'll figure out what it is in a second. Sugar Apple, so it's over there. We got Bloom on 3 fruits here. We got Azure finally on a Sugar Apple, so we can go ahead and pick up our Mizuchi, Peach Wasp, and our Spriggan, and then let's see if we get Disco done. I'll go ahead and move this Bloom carrot over here. I don't really know what else got Bloom on it. It might have been a Sugar Apple or something, but All right, and Gnomed failed with trying to apply Gnomed, which is kind of expected. It's kind of expected. It happens. Okay. All right, let's see. Are we going to get Disco? Failed. What about the other guys? Come on, one of you, please. One of you, please just be nice to me. Failed. Okay. Besides begging them, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 chicken zombies. And let's actually spawn in a chinchilla to help with trying to get one of these mutations done. The chinchilla's cooldown is... Oh, never mind. He has a 40-minute cooldown, bro. I thought this guy has a less of a cooldown. You know what? That's probably not really worth it until we AFK with those pets. Because these guys have a decent chance. So I think we're better off using a queen bee and some mimic octopuses and all that for this set. But chinchilla will be nice for later. It's a pretty long cooldown, though. But for AFKing... That'll be nice. So for now, we still have 4 disco bees. I'll go ahead and throw in a 3rd chicken zombie then, so we can try to get zombified done. And I'll swap those out shortly if we get disco. All right. Well, you failed too. That is not nice, actually. That is very, very, very mean to me. Okay. Hurt my feelings, broke my heart, ripped it out of my chest. Well, I really have to go to the little boys' room and, I have to poop. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna go do that real quick, and I'm gonna wait for these pets to do some stuff while I AFK real quick, and then hopefully we'll get these done, and I'll come back to those mutations being done, and if they're done, then we can get ready for our AFK setup completely. But for now, I'm gonna wait for these guys to finish, and this is like our it's like our pre-AFK setup. We already got the pre-AFK setup done, where we get all the other quick guaranteed pets, but this is like the pre-AFK setup, where we have to get the discos and the chicken zombies done, and the gnome. This is like the one part that's a little bit tough before the actual AFK, and that boost didn't work, so I'm very upset. All right, so I just got back and I actually boosted one of my disco bees, and right away we got disco applied to this carrot here. I don't know if we got any... Okay, well, it looks like we got gnome done. All right, so I was gonna say I don't know if we got anything else done when I was AFK. I was about to go back and check my AFK footage I took real quick, but yeah, looks like we got gnome. So let me go and throw this disco carrot in here if I can. Looks like that actually got disco on it too, so we have 2 discos, and if we have gnome done, let's go ahead then and pick up our disco bees. Pick up our gnome. We have a couple chicken zombies spawned in. I'm gonna go ahead and try to max out these chicken zombies so we can get this done and get ready for our AFK setup. So there we go. Let's go ahead and also spawn in a queen bee and a mimic octopus just to help in case we don't get it for some reason, but I think we should be able to get it on one of our first tries here. But anyways, yeah, our pets are about to be all the pets that just apply stuff directly, and not ones that need any like AoE to apply. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these extra carrots just so it makes it easier for my Spinos while I'm gone. So all of my pets can just focus on those carrots over there and the sugar apples. All right, there we go. That's a little bit more clean and we should be good. So let's go ahead and boost these chicken zombies and just see if we'll get zombified done. Okay, and just like that, our first chicken zombie actually applied, and our second chicken zombie actually applied zombified to 2 sugar apples. So we are good. But that means we're ready to set up for our AFK setup now and get the rest of our mutations done. So let's go ahead and do so. I'm going to spawn in 1 lobster for meteoric and molten, which can also give us blazing and infernal. Let's go ahead and spawn in, this is the one I always forget, but our griffin to get cyclonic so we get maelstrom and storm charge. And then we'll spawn in our tranquil scarlet for verdant and tranquil. We'll spawn in our corrupt charlotte for an extra chance for verdant and a chance to get the corrupt mutation. All right, and then we'll also spawn in our junk bot to help us get the oil mutation done. We'll spawn in our space squirrel to get void touch done. We need our spaghetti sloth because we have the aromatic shard on this guy to get aromatic, and then we have his 3 mutations to give us the spaghetti mutation. And I feel like we're missing a pet because we only have 7. Usually we do have enough room now to spawn in a Spino right away, but I feel like because there's been so many pets, we're missing one. Let me just go ahead and take a look in here real quick. Actually, you know what? I think we got everything else done. I think these are actually the last pets that we need, which is very surprising. But yeah, these are normally our AFK pets. However, I think we usually have another one. I think that's usually the Spriggan and the gnome, but now we get those done earlier with the other pets. So I guess we're fine. And yeah, so if I remember, if we are missing one, I'll go ahead and bring that in later. Instead of a Spino to start moving stuff over, I'm actually going to spawn in a chinchilla just to help these pets get some of their mutations done a little bit faster, so we can maybe get like meteoric done faster, since that one takes forever, or tranquil or corrupt. I don't know if he'll do these. He might only want to focus on verdant for those guys, but it might help us a little bit, or we can get void touch done faster. Some of the ones that take a little bit longer that have really low chances, that should help us. Although he does have a 40-minute cooldown, we usually have to AFK for a couple hours anyways, so that should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead, let these guys give us their mutations, and once we get a couple of the pets done out of the way, we'll start throwing in our Spino stacks in here, and we'll go ahead and start actually getting everything moved over to our ACORN. So we got a couple of mutations done. We did get molten done on something. I don't know exactly what, but Molten is done. We did get Cyclonic done as well, so we got rid of our Griffin for now. We also got done Void Touch, so the Space Squirrel is out of the way, and we also got done Tranquil. So we have a couple mutations done. Once we get Meteoric done, we can throw the Lobster out of the way, but we still need Corrupt, and I think we need Pasta and Aromatic. We got Sauce and Meatball. We need Oil, and then that's pretty much it. So since we have some extra slots here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in our first 3 Spinos to start moving everything over to our Acorn here. So I'm gonna go and throw in our 2 Megas here, and I guess I'll throw in just a regular one. We have our first 3 Spinos in here, and the Chinchilla will be able to actually refresh these guys. And once these pets are done, I'm gonna spawn in 2 more Chinchillas and 2 more Spinos, and then we should have a good maxed out Spino setup to get everything moved over very quickly, and that'll be like triple the production with the Chinchillas, so we can get everything to this Acorn very fast. So we're gonna go ahead and let these Spinos do the rest of their work, let these pets do the rest of their work. Hopefully we can get the rest of these mutations done. Okay, well, Meteoric's gonna take a while, but hopefully we can get the rest of these done and get everything moved over to the Acorn soon. All right, so after a lot of hours in time, it's actually going on 5 a.m. and I really need to get some sleep. We do have our Acorn with all the mutations moved over to it. Now, the only one we didn't get from our pets was Aromatic. The Spaghetti Sloth was sitting there for hours on end, and for some reason, we just did not get Aromatic, and I got to get this video done and get some sleep, so we're just going to skip Aromatic for today. However, if we did get Aromatic, I believe it would have mixed with our Sizzled and our Spaghetti to give us the new Gourmet mutation, and I was trying to see if I actually got Gourmet, but I don't see it anywhere. So everything else, though, is on here. So if we actually count our mutations, we have 40 mutations total, and if we split some of these like Spaghetti, we'd have about 42 mutations. Abyssal would bring us to 43 mutations. Maelstrom would bring us to about, I want to say 45 mutations. Gloom 46, Sizzled 47, Infernal would be about, that would actually be about 50, Paradisal 51, Storm Charge would bring us to about 53, or actually I think 54, Harmonized Chakra 55, and yeah, so we have about 55 mutations on this. If we actually had, bro, if we actually, the game liked us, we had Aromatic, we'd have 56 mutations on this, and that would have been closer to 60, but I don't know why we literally could not get Aromatic. But this is a pretty good Acorn here. It has a lot of mutations. It's very expensive. At least I think it's going to be very expensive, but it is very big and has a lot of mutations. So we're going to go ahead and grab our magnifying glass here, and we're going to try to check the value of it, and then after that, we're going to try to get Amber on it with our Raptors. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check the first value of this without Amber, if we even get Amber, in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this Acorn is actually worth 2.9 trillion. It's right there on the mark to actually becoming 3 trillion. So if we're able to get Amber on this thing, we can get this thing into the 3 trillion mark easy. If we had Aromatic, this would have definitely been past 3 trillion, but I got to get some sleep, man. So let's go ahead and try to pick this up with our Raptors and see what we get. I'm going to go ahead and boost a couple of these guys as well that aren't boosted. All of them are boosted now. Let's go ahead and see if we get Amber. And there we go. We actually got Amber, so we're at 56 mutations. It would have been 57, but look at how big this Acorn is, dude. All right, so now we're going to check the value with Steven and see what that bumped up to. So now it is worth 3 trillion. So yeah, definitely would have been like 3.1, 3.2 trillion if we got Aromatic and got that Gourmet mutation. And also if we got like Harmonized Chakra, would have been even more. But this Acorn is actually crazy good, and it wasn't that difficult to get a gigantic one like we got here. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let me know what you guys think. Is the Acorn worth it in your opinion? Make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe, and comment down below what fruits you want to see next. And yeah, Acorn.